there's been a criticism, even amongst members of the atheist community regarding other atheists, that a lot of us are very aggressive and very hot-tempered, and a lot of us get offended when we see like anything remotely religious. A lot of us are very vocal about being even anti-theistic to a certain extent. And while this is true of certain members, and while I can agree with that criticism sometimes, I don't think it's always necessarily this way. On the other hand, it's easy to understand why a lot of us can lose our patience and get annoyed and seem like we're being hostile towards religion and religious members. Because a lot of us simply don't have the patience anymore. People keep using the same tired old arguments. People try using bully tactics or fear tactics and try and scare us into believing. And this shit gets old. And yeah, sometimes even I feel like I'm losing my patience with theists. And some people might say, well, truth, aren't you concerned that people will either leave the atheist community or might not consider your side to be one that would want to be heard, considering everyone's all like hostile and angry? Well, I don't know about anyone else, but I never really wanted people to become atheists after watching my videos. That would be interesting if they decided to reconsider their position. That'd be interesting if they really felt that after watching my videos that they agreed with my position. But the goal of this channel is not to deconvert anyone. It's to invoke discussion. There will always be people on both ends of the spectrum, both atheists and non-atheists alike, that are simply beyond reason, that just cannot be reached through any conventional means. And that's where sometimes a lot of people resort to mockery, a lot of people resort to ridicule, and sometimes I really do agree with this approach. And it's not for the benefit of the person that can't be reached, it's for the benefit of everyone else, theist and atheist alike, who can see the absurdity within these extreme positions and who might get a laugh out of it. And some people might view me, for example, as someone who is impossible to reach, someone who's completely unreasonable. Of course, I don't think of myself that way. I try and be fair. I try not to hold any double standards when it comes to my position. But if people think of me, for example, as being very unreasonable, well, that's up to them. I leave it to my audience to decide who is unreasonable in this regard and who is not. People might, if they are critical of my channel, they might think that I am overly hostile towards religion, and they might assume that I'm that way in real life. And no, that's not true. I have a lot of people in my life who are Christians, who are Muslims, who are Jewish, who are all different sorts of backgrounds, and I respect them. I may not respect their beliefs, and I'll be straight with you here. I don't respect their beliefs, but I respect them, and that's enough for me to be friends with them or to love them as family members. But I also have my limits, and where I draw those limits are if they try to shove religion down my throat, if they try to change public policy to suit their religious agenda, instead of respecting equality, i.e. with the LGBT, if they in any way tried to overtake my beliefs and try to force their beliefs down everyone else or down my own throat, I would say something. I would definitely come up to them and tell them in a reasonable, rational way that I don't agree with what they're doing. I think it's distasteful. And that if they had any common sense in their heads, and if they had any morality in their hearts, they would stop. So there you have it. I apologize for my extended absence. There should be more videos to come, and may the truth always be heard. Peace.